eat a burger.
You want eat a burger.
Put it to rest.
Do it.
Now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face.
But you punch the burger?
I'm gonna throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, we changed it. We're back up. Come on, you got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. We've seen him 2 places.
All right, Wednesday? January 10th?
Yes,
Trent
sir.
Day. Congratulations, Trent. 10 years. Also, Foreplay, Tiger Woods. So, unbelievable when that dropped, but not that unbelievable in the sense of that they own the golf market. But when you talk the last 30 years, who has had the most impact on one sport? There is no denying that people signed up to play golf because of Tiger Woods. Like, those guys like golf. Golf became mainstream. All these guys should have to pay a vig to Tiger Woods based on how much they're earning. The purses are going up. You think the FedEx Cup would be $10 million if it didn't hit a boom like this?
No.
Granted, there's inflation, but, like, everybody owes something to Tiger Woods. You
Thanks,
know,
Joey B.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm going to get canceled. Every comment.
Dude's mic is so fucking loud. He's a
Who's
producer.
running the show? Yeah, so unbelievable that they got him. Great to see him kind of mix it up. Like, that's, you know, there's this thing where golf is set in their ways of these old takes, and it's got to be this, and you can't have a speaker on the course, and you can't do this, and you can't, like, it shouldn't be fun, and this. Well, why not? It's the only sport you could play. Yeah, you can go play basketball here and there. You can go play softball. This is the only thing that connects people out there. It's really the only thing you can do. So, yes, you should have fun. You should respect, and it's you know, I guess they think, because the people who disrespect golf are the worst. In no way is Foreplay doing that. They are just loosening the tight-ass things that they've had on golf forever. So, unbelievable video. Him hitting it off his knees was a fucking joke.
That
An
was
absolute
wild.
joke. Do you realize the physics of that? Like, if he threw a football 50 yards from his knees, I get that, because you have arm and you have torque. And
You have no legs.
you have no, just more the physics. Well, that too, that. But the physics of the club, I was surprised he even, like, think about it. If the club is, I don't know, 4 feet long, like, on a normal thing, you're just coming and
Yeah, you're
getting
compensating
it.
for the
You're-
other with 3
yeah,
feet
like
of leg
it
you
just
don't have.
doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not physics, I'm not good at science, but you get what I'm saying. There's no way you're losing that power. I feel like he would thud the ground, but of course he knows how to do it. So
I was talking to Brandon Jones, one of the Foreplay producers.
who,
last
by the
night.
way, who is the nicest guy in the world.
The man.
Jonesy is the best.
All those guys. And I was asking about the video, and I was like, and he showed me the clip of him hitting off his knees, and I was like, oh my God, like, he must be yoked up right now. And he's like, dude, obviously you can see the video, but he is on another level, like, in the weight room, because he couldn't do legs for so long, so he just has that jail body where he's like an upside down triangle.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Well, no, the thing is, people are like, oh, he's not an athlete. Bro, do you realize, like, what goes into that in your body? He's in phenomenal shape. He's also a psychopath because he tried to get into the Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
In the middle of his career, tried to get into the Navy SEALs. Prime of his career. Unheard of.
Bosco, I told you this too, I think on Pick Central, but I just get this out for these listeners. It is crazy that growing up for me, the 2 people that I know got canceled first was Tiger Woods for cheating on his wife and getting with a million women,
Right.
and Michael Phelps for smoking weed.
Yeah, and both
now
are
you're-
legal now. Yeah,
yeah,
or,
yeah.
well, shouldn't say one, but
No, it's legal.
Respect
No, it's
the
always
right.
been
one's
legal. It's always been
one's
legal.
legal. One's legal.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been legal. It's
But
just immoral.
It's
Yeah.
just hilarious to be like, they got canceled, then like everything that came out, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, well, you take it back.
Fair.
Tiger Woods not on those fucking flight logs.
No, he's not. He would never. He knew
No,
his
he's
image.
he's a good fucking
Yeah.
guy.
Nice.
Yeah, they canceled the Gatorade. My brother saved the bottle for a long period of time.
They canceled Gatorade?
Like his Gatorade deal.
Oh,
they had
right,
the
right,
Tiger
right.
Gatorades, and he like, they were like, fuck that. Like, wait,
Me
hold
and
on.
you talked about it on Pick Central. That's why it's crazy that Nike got out, because Nike stuck by, or he got out of Nike because Nike stuck by him.
Right, Nike did stick by him. Well, they knew. I mean, that's a cash cow. Like that shit ain't. You know, he basically set up Nike's whole brand. Like the two of them are paired together.
Yeah, he got Jeter. I guess he could. Yeah.
What are other videos, like Barstool videos or Barstool interactions, that are on that level of athlete to respective sport that's covering them.
Gretzky, the fact that they got Gretzky, the different things with
Chicklets.
Dave being tight with Brady interacting with these certain things. It's a
short list.
We kind of know who's behind Brady's thing, but Brady knows who Dave is, and they interact, and they're at the parties, and Robert Kraft and all that. So the big four, you could say LeBron, but LeBron will never interact. I think down the road, maybe there's a podcast here that could get LeBron.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
I think there's two now who could get him. I think there's 2 podcasts who could get him.
Jason said pick Central.
I would love to, but no, I think 2 really, really good ones. If you do the math, you could probably figure out who they are. I think they could get them. But yeah, it's Jordan, it's Gretzky, it's Tiger, and it's Brady in terms of individual athletes. Now, could Mahomes be better than Brady? Agreed. But the larger than life, and we got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Legit.
Do you think there'll ever be any type of Jordan crossover?
Probably
Barstool?
not.
You think he's cognizant of Barstool? He's got to be, right, to some degree?
Maybe he recognizes the degree, but how much is a guy like that scrolling social media by himself? You know what I mean? Also, he's so done. Before we started, when he was basically ending his career, so there was never that interaction. I think maybe he's probably seen some blogs that was written about him. I think the beer pong one, stuff like that.
You think?
Yeah, but here and there, maybe. He's one of those. He's the big. I never would have thought Brady would have saw it. I never would have thought Tiger would have cared to do this. You know what I mean? So things change over the 20 years. People ask me who would be your GOAT. I have individual ones. Obviously, meeting the 2 people from Saved by the Bell just because I'm obsessed with that. Piazza as a Met, growing up with that. Grant Hill is my favorite player growing up. But I think if you say white, true white whale, I think you have to go. I think for me, it would have to be Jordan just for the sense, and I didn't even love Jordan. Yeah. It's just for the sense of what do you want to do? I would just love to shadow him and learn, just watch him devour a basketball game or how he approaches that. You know what I mean? Just the knowledge of basketball with that. I'd also, if he was down for it, there's a lot of questions you could ask him maybe off camera in terms of the gambling.
Yeah, gambling stories of Jordan would be crazy. I don't even think you need to touch actual basketball.
I mean, he's never going to listen, there's 2 guys. There's 2 guys who know what happened to his. I'm sorry, it's 3 guys who know what happened to his father. His father, David Stern, and Michael Jordan. Yeah. And 2 of them are dead, and the other guy ain't going to say it. So.
Facts.
That's just how it goes. But that's the most compelling story to me. The investigation went away. Do you know this, Shetsky? When did the investigation go away?
We did it on one of the first weeks of the show.
4 days.
No, it was
2 days.
It was
2 days. Yeah, 2 days. It's insane. That's the one to me that they took out a cigar and a bottle of whiskey and were all right, how do we make this go away? It's the scene in Entourage when he shows up and it's and they get high and they're let's figure it out. With Medellin. So that's it. I think he wanted to go play baseball. But anyway, yeah, Jordan I think would be just that presence or just even shadowing him for the day. You know what I mean? So I talked about it. My brother went to the Players and Tiger, even post-prime, just the people watching and the people locked in to Tiger. Every move. Dude, moving a tee, moving a ball, insane. The presence he has in golf is uncanny. So it's crazy. But, yeah, nuts. Great for them. They also kept it under wraps. I don't think a lot of people here knew about it.
Yeah, they filmed it in November, I think. Anyway.
Yeah,
I didn't find out. I only saw because I saw Brennan editing it.
Yeah,
so.
You want it to be perfect. So I don't blame him with that. But I also healthy debate. Would you want to take a shot in front of him? Obviously, you would, but you also look like an idiot. There's no way I would have been able to get off the tee. So, is what it is. But awesome video. Go check that out on Foreplay. Unbelievable get with Tiger. Let's go second quarter now, and let's get into the calls.
Perfect.
Bring them up, Dukes.
Andrew, Philadelphia.
What's going on, man? Am I on?
Yeah.
Hey, Rico. What's going on? Just wanted to ask you a little Big East question. Kind of rank them. There's a lot of teams going around. Obviously, best, no question, best conference in basketball right now. Just give me a little ranking, a little bit, what you think. Just the way that you kind of said that.
I still think the Big
12.
I still think the Big 12 is pretty legit. Very legit, I should say. But yeah, the Big East, top to bottom, has very few weaknesses at the bottom, but that's because they have less teams. But go ahead. What am I ranking the teams, you're saying?
Yeah, I just want to hear your ranking, and honestly, a little bit about Seton Hall.
Yeah, they've been playing great.
Yeah, they've been playing the best ball.
I think I'm going UConn 1, Creighton 2, Marquette 3, Johnny's 4. Seton Hall 5. Providence 6. Xavier.
Really, you got Providence over Butler after Hopkins goes down?
Well, I still want to give Providence credit for what they've done. We'll see tonight with St. John's. But, yes, Providence in a –
Can I stick up for you really quick?
Yeah.
I think I'm a big Providence Bryce Hopkins guy. He hasn't been playing his best ball this year in general.
Yeah, but he's out now.
Of course, he's a presence off the floor, but they still got pieces. Devin Carter, Josh Adoro.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Butler hasn't really hit the radar yet.
I do.
I don't think I've watched a full game of theirs.
Bosco got to tune in.
They're getting it. He's putting it together.
They will beat anybody in the country on any given night.
All right.
Yeah, they're playing
Stat
Seton Hall.
Mata, yeah, so it's
Pretty good
respect.
They will beat anybody on any given night. They could go 0 for 12 in the Big East, and they could beat.
All right,
UConn
I'll put Butler on the radar. You know how it is. A lot of teams, a lot of mid majors I like
course.
watching.
I'm telling you,
You know, so Butler has not fully been on the radar. I'll be honest with that. And then what's the bottom? Georgetown, Providence, Georgetown, DePaul, and who am I missing?
Did you say Xavier?
Xavier in there as well.
Yeah, Xavier stinks.
Yeah, I like Sean Miller a lot, though.
Good defense.
Well, I like him a lot. I thought he got a bad draw last year in that tournament. Who'd they get in the second round?
Texas.
Oh, I mean, that's fucking horrible. Right? It was, Sweet 16, right?
Yeah, they had Pitt. Or wait, maybe Pitt second round?
No,
I'm going.
they're a 3. They beat a 14.
They lost to Texas in the Sweet 16.
They lost to Texas in the Sweet 16. They beat the 11 in the Pitt pulled the upset. I had them in the bracket buskers, and then So Xavier's also got some rough draws. They lost. Didn't they lose on like a buzzer beater as a 2 a couple? Like they, I know it's not.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Yeah, they've. This is the tournament. They're victim of the tournament. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the Big East.
Gotcha. And another question I had about Ed Cooley. I know he's your guy from Bench Mob. I know you guys had him on there. But what's your stance with PC? And the Georgetown thing, I don't know if you ever spoke about it on this pod.
I say it all the time. I mean, it sucks he left in conference, but for an African-American coach who grew up idolizing John Thompson, Georgetown was the spot. You can't deny that. So if he thinks he maxed out at Providence, I know you guys have your theories of, other shit that was going on and this and that, and you're trying to whatever. It's not really my place to speak on that. I did that once in my career. It didn't end well, so I'm going to stay the fuck away from that. But, yeah, I like Cooley. He's a gentleman. I think Georgetown is a big-time name for an African-American coach. It sucks it's in the conference. You look at that area, I think New England's got a good area for basketball. I think DMV has a great area for basketball. So the prestige, he took a shot. I don't think you could blame a guy for taking a shot. So
you forgot a team, by the way. Sorry.
Who?
Nova. Just want to.
Oh, shit.
Curious,
I did completely forget
you
Nova.
don't even have to say them. Top of the conference, bottom of the conference.
Lower middle. Lower middle.
I think they finished closer to 1.
That's crazy that I forgot Nova.
They stink right now anyway.
I know, but it's Nova, man. It's Nova.
I think they finished closer to first than last.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I still like the pieces there. I think they just got to gel.
I like Kyle Neptune. Saw him over the summer. Had hung out with him years ago. But yeah. Listen, I get it. You guys are gonna be angry, and it's gonna be but you gotta. Once a guy maxes out, how could Brian Kelly leave Notre Dame? He left Notre Dame for LSU. Which has more prestige? Notre Dame. It's reverse. Notre Dame, I think, has more prestige. Notre Dame has more prestige in terms of university, but he maxed out there.
Yeah.
He got, it's some, and again, he got them to playoffs. He got them to a championship game. Sometimes you hit a level there. You got to change it up. So
once Justin Moore comes back,
I look at a guy like Scott Drew. I think Scott Drew might be leaving soon. He got him all he can get. I think Mark Few should leave. There's nothing wrong with the changeup. There are times where guys make a changeup, and it's completely, they're dead wrong. But we'll see. I don't know. I get the hostility, but I liked Cooley, obviously, and I think you can justify why he left. So that's where I'm at with that.
Gotcha. Thanks, Rico.
No problem. Give me the next one.
Tom, Charlotte.
Hey, Rico, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you a question. South Carolina fan here. Saw your blog earlier. I'm just confused. Why is Lamont Paris getting all this hate towards his comments?
Yeah, I think. All right. So when it first came out, I think there's probably, if this was a newspaper, I'd probably have to give a little bit of a retraction. I think the way Oates phrased it was that they were doing a lot of talking. So he didn't narrow it down necessarily to a specific person. the different things I saw was that Paris was the one who was saying the SEC is not ready for us. As it turns out, it was a player, correct?
Yeah, it was Stoop, the player.
Okay,
the kid
got
from,
it.
Vanderbilt.
Got it. So that's changes things to a little bit. But again, I was kind of just reporting on what was heard a little bit early. Maybe should have waited. But, we're in the internet. We're in a fast-type game. So I do think the players were talking shit. I think maybe Paris was saying something. Or, Lamont was saying something. I think either way, then you can't deny that the players were pretty dumb for shooting their mouths off, though. We agree? Like, I'll give you that. I was a little wrong. I was a little wrong in who said what. But the players come in and they're shooting their mouths off after one good first half. Like, Bama, take the bias aside and, my elephant trunk off the table for a second.
Going into that game.
What?
They were 13-1 going in that game. They were feeling a little bit high, but then
give me your best. Give me your best. Give me your best wins though. Agreed, 13-1, but give me your best wins.
I think we beat Little Sisters of the Poor a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. So again, South Carolina wasn't even on my radar and that spread was kind of a screamer. But yeah, listen, I think people were quick on Bama. Like, you see in Aaron Torres, friend of the program, he's weighing in on. You got 6 guys who shoot major amounts of threes at close to 40% and just happen to shoot bad in the biggest games of the year. That turns out to be the fluke. I equated it to this. You probably saw it in the blog. If you have a 90 average in school, jet ski, okay, but you bombed a test, that actually shows me it's more impressive. You still maintain a 90 average because you really kind of have a 99 average. You're still carrying the weight of a 55 on a test you bombed.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, over the course of 8 tests, you have a 90 average. But over the course of 7 tests, you really have a fucking 99 because we throw that away, Yeah. So, like, for them to maintain 40% from 3 after bombing in 2 of the biggest games, they shot pretty well against Purdue. 2 of the biggest games and some other games. I didn't even factor in Ohio State and Clemson. Those are big losses, too. They shot like shit in those games, too. So, the fact that they bombed out and they're still maintaining 40% is very, very impressive. And it's not just one guy. It's not like, Griffin's going or Sears is going. 6 guys who shoot major amounts of threes, holding close to about 40%. And I think you'll say this too. The last thing, they shoot too many threes. A lot of these threes are via wide open kicks from dribbling into the lane. Like, we talked to Oates about it. This is when I flipped on it. I was like, all right, it's effective shots. Like, I think they do shoot a large volume of threes. But a lot of them are open, man. A lot of them are off kicks. A lot of them are off set plays, coming off shit. Like, they shoot a lot of threes. They shoot a lot of good threes.
Yeah, I mean, on and off the court, they're shooting. They've always had good shooters. But yeah, I mean, Alabama's legit.
Yes, I think, again, goes to the point, like Marty was talking, like if Houston takes 5 or 6 losses, we should worry about that. You take 5 or 6 losses in the Big 12, that's fucking par for the course. Like, Dukes, pull up, what's been the record for Big 12 winners the last couple of years in terms of standings? Does the winner have 3 to 4 losses almost every year? Don't go crazy, but like you click the Ken Palm and like you can go back but I think losing 4 or 5 games, and we just saw it. Texas had 9 losses. They were a 2 seed. Like, you're gonna take these lumps.
I'm just looking. I'm gonna do Ken Palm. I don't know if the Big 12 team won, but I'm gonna do the highest. Ken Palm team.
Is it concerning that Alabama lost 5 of their biggest games? Arizona, Purdue, Creighton, Ohio State, and Clemson. 100%. But they're about to go potentially get 4 or 5 more key wins that are better than a lot of conferences. You rattle off Kentucky. Auburn's pretty legit. Arkansas is struggling, but it's a very hard place to play. Mississippi State looks really good. Who else am I missing, Dukes? Missouri is a hard place to go play. Who else is it? Florida's tough. Who else is at the top of that conference?
Oh, SEC?
Yeah.
Tennessee?
Tennessee is very difficult, like
State?
top 5. I said Mississippi State. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna collect a lot of wins here. So, yes, Bama is very, very legit.
Arkansas is no sleeper.
No, I said struggling, but no sleeper.
I was looking at Big 12.
Yep. Go ahead. We lost him?
No. Yes.
Yes? All right.
Yeah, so, sorry, I was looking up your Big 12 question. To have that answer, yeah, like, after the 20 season, because it was obviously shortened, yeah, every like, basic top Ken Palm team that I'm looking at had 5+ losses.
In the Big 12, I'm saying? Just Big 12
Big
conference
12.
losses.
I got to look into that.
Yeah,
And
the guy who wins the league every year, team who wins the league every year, how many losses they have in the Big 12? Going 16-1 in the Big 12 is fucking freaking nature shit. It just doesn't happen. You're going to take 3 to 4 regardless.
Yeah, and
just how conference play is.
We also got to change our mindset a little bit after we had the conversation with Marty today. It's going to change now that the conference is bigger. So the new norm of losses that happen.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Him saying 30-3 guarantees you a 1, but 28-7 doesn't, playing in a better conference was a crazy statement to me. I get where he's coming from, but I also think 30-3 playing a garbage conference doesn't prepare you enough as it is.
30-4 makes you a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
30-3
Yeah.
in the AAC Houston we were talking about. For people that didn't watch the Pick Central, Marty was arguing 30-3 Houston gets a 1 seed. But now if they go 8 or 9, they might not.
Well,
get
they
it
wouldn't
to-
be 30, but 27 and
You
8.
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
of
I'm
course.
not
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at math. But whatever.
Agreed.
Bottom
I
line,
just
everyone's
think
in-
here's how I look at it, and it's the same thing with Bama. Sweet 16 games or tournament games is what you need to prepare for. Like playing, like we all get it. Everybody has the bye games. Playing Bowling Green and playing who's a bad fucking team? Southern Miss. Q4 teams. It's we all do it. It is what it is. But the games that matter, and this is why I want these non-conference games to be played now and later in the season to judge teams. This is what you want to do. You want to prepare your team for the NCAA tournament. The more games you can play of do or die mentality, I think the better you are off. So Houston's doing that. That's where I'm at. Give me one. Yeah, go ahead. Give me one more so you can load them up.
Peyton, Cedar Rapids.
Hey, Rico, what's going on today?
What's up?
So I was at the Hilton Coliseum last night. I got to see the big upset for Iowa State over Houston. So I'm still pretty buzzing from that. My question is a little bit of NFL quick, and I do have a college bet I want to discuss with you tonight. But in terms of the NFL, look, I know there's no such thing as a for sure bet. I'm no dummy. I've been around the block. I've done this gambling thing for a while, but hear me out here. The Kansas City Chiefs, you really think that the 2023-2024 Taylor Swift Kansas City Chiefs end in a one and done in the wild card?
Oh,
I'm not seeing that.
I'll say this, man. They, as much as, all right, put it this way. I got a buddy of mine needed a ride in college on a Thursday night, and AIM messaged me and said, can you drive us? Dead sober. I'm like, no problem. I screwed up like the headlights or something like that. We get pulled over by a cop, and a buddy makes a joke at my expense. He goes, the only guy, the kid in the backseat, I didn't know that well. He goes, is he going to, like, pass this test? He's like, yeah. He goes, I know for a fact he didn't drink, like, whatever. He goes, but if anybody's dumb enough to fail this thing based off opinion or whatever, it might be him. So the Chiefs have the answers to the test, and still might be so bad that they fuck it up. They lost a rigged game. They might lose a rigged game. That's how fucked up the Chiefs are. But I agree with you. And again, I listen, it sucks they're playing the Dolphins because I want to see Frank succeed. And I don't think I'm prepared for Monday morning with that, or maybe Tuesday morning when he gets back. But I'm still kind of rooting for the dynasty of the Chiefs, even as bad as they are. Like, I don't think, I talk about teams with juice. That's why I was excited to have the Cowboys in. The defending champs, that's why I said it with Georgia. Like, as much as I hated Georgia's story, I don't really love Georgia, but 3-time champ, like, keep the guys with the rings going and then get upset in a championship game. I like to watch them get dethroned in a championship game. Super Bowls have more buzz. Like, let's have a Super Bowl with a buzz, because there's been some duds or ones you don't really care about or just no juice, So, yeah, I think that's the same thing. Like, not a huge UConn guy. Like, love the staff, love Hurley, but, like, not a diehard UConn guy. Like, fan growing up, like some people. I think UConn should get back to the Final Four this year. I think that's buzz. Like, have the dynasties. The NFL has been predicated on dynasties. The 70s Steelers, the 80s 49ers, the 90s Cowboys to a degree. And then blanking. Who was the dynasty in the 2000s technically?
Patriots.
2 decades? Oh, it was the Patriots. Okay. Dukes is slacking. He's got the thing on. But, yeah, it's a Patriot. So, like, you look at your 50 years in the NFL, that's what we do. Like, we like the dynasties. NBA, Warriors, Bulls. Like, go back to that shit. It's just how it goes. I kind of like this Chiefs storyline. I want to see the Chiefs keep going. But, to your point, yes, they're super, super fucked up. But I think they will get some calls. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how fucked up they are. Give me your college basketball bet before I forget that.
Yes. Last night I went with Boise State +2 at home. I said it was a slap.
Wow, that was a good pick. That was a really good pick.
And tonight I'm looking. I don't think they necessarily should be favored in this game, but Mississippi State tonight has some serious firepower that they brought in this year from a already good team last year. Chris Jans is an Iowa guy, Loras College grad, D3 school around here, so I love him. I love what he's doing. And don't get me wrong, Rick Barnes is one of my favorite coaches in all of college basketball.
That game's tonight?
But tonight, I think this is a serious test. Mississippi State, I like them +2.5.
That game's where? In Tennessee?
It is in Starkville.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the game of the night.
It's kind of like what game last night?
Yeah, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
What kind of team is Tennessee? Defensive.
Rock fight. Yeah, it's gonna be a rock fight.
What's Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Rock fight.
In 10 seconds, can you also sum this up real quick? You mentioned you were at Iowa State. What is the allure of Iowa State's, other than the magic? Like, is it an iconic arena? Why is it like Iowa State's on my list? I want to go there, obviously. But like, what about it other than the fact that they keep pulling this magic?
I liken it to an NFL stadium that I really enjoy, Lucas Oil. Very family friendly.
Okay.
Good, just good access, easy to access. You're not crammed over people, and it just has a good environment. Obviously, you said yesterday, Iowa, nice. You just get a good feel when you walk in there. And, of course, you got the magic. It's loud as hell in there. The fans are diehards. It's just a fun, good environment. If you're a diehard college basketball fan, if you want to take the family out, it's good for everybody.
Yeah, Iowa State weirdly has been in my life for 20 years. Like, they've never been fantastic, but the two teams I remember rooting for them to win a championship just randomly was Marcus Fizer in 98 or 2000, I want to say. I think 2000. Yeah, because it was Izzo's championship. I think it was 2000. Just watching as a little kid, and I liked Marcus Fizer, and I liked that Iowa State team. And then, like, 13 years later, I do think they would have got to the Final Four with George Niang. Hoiberg was unbelievable. That's why I like him at Nebraska. Like, Iowa State has been one of those teams that I just kind of like from a distance. So I respect it. You guys have been pretty good. Obviously, you had your Stacy there. It was fucking nuts. Hoiberg. So, Hoiberg. So, really good stuff going on. Now, Otzelberger's pretty good over there, too. So, interesting. It's on my list. I would love to go. So, let's go. Great call, by the way. Let's go halftime and then and bring it out.
Perfect. Let me just hang.
No sweat. No sweat. I think we got a video. You want to open up the second half of that video, or you got that for halftime?
I have a different video for halftime.
Got it.
I'm not a comedian.
But you're doing part of the show.
Nick Phil is a comedian.
Are you doing the January 31st show?
No, you're thinking of Mook.
Oh, Mook, right.
Mook's a comedian.
No. Oh, so you're not. No. And what are you, producer?
I'm a social guy.
Okay.
Stu has lost his keys with his car just idling outside the restaurant in the course of like 5 minutes. The keys are gone.
Seems like we may have a dilemma, Stu.
Yeah, but what?
We have a dilemma?
Yeah, we're trying to find the fucking keys.
That's impressive you fit through there, though.
They have to be in the fucking car. They have to be in the car because the car starts.
I don't see them. Yeah, I know. I believe it.
Did they fall or something? Maddie, we need help you finding the keys.
I guarantee it's in one of your pockets. It's got to be one of your pockets.
What are you, crazy? My pockets are right here. There's nothing in my pockets. Listen, if you want to grab my dick, just tell me. Hey, lost the keys.
They're in the car.
They're somewhere in the car.
So I just moved the car, and then it should start again. So what's but then we got to watch someone just not going in and stealing the fucking car.
And he just parked.
Which bag?
That bag in his hands.
It's in there.
It's got to be in there. Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, Stu. First problem right.
I'm a half. There's something mentally wrong with me.
Is it marijuana?
So, listen, I have done more with less than any person alive. The marijuana absolutely has something to do with it. 6 blunts today, 5 dabs. It's a tough day.
Right after that, he goes to Jenks. He's like, "Where's my key? Where's my phone?" Jenks like, "Yo, Stu, like with all due respect, I'm not your shitholder." Like
6 months a day, he'll do that.
What a rocket! What an absolute lunatic. Let's pull this up if people have this call. I think it just hit. The blog is scheduled for 4:30. I've been doing the TikToks all day. It's the 25th anniversary of the premiere of Sopranos. I did my favorite, not the top 25, Not the best, not the most rewatchable, my favorite 25 episodes. So you want to call in, say what's too low, what's too high, let me know. I also think it's pretty cool the thing HBO's doing, the 25 seconds of the episode.
Yep.
This is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life.
All right, so we're just going to get loaded up picture real quick. Sound will hit. Okay.
The sound on this doesn't work, but it's unbelievably gross. So you don't know where they're coming from there. And now this reveal.
Oh, boy.
No. No.
Oh! Had you not seen that?
I just saw your blog, and I just threw it in there. I didn't even look at the video.
Bro. So the healthy debate that I have in there, obviously, like, the guy's rough on his luck. But, like, we live in New York. You don't ask, like, why is the guy going over? And when you saw the first 3 rats, that's a dead end. It's not like there's a street or there's a fucking staircase.
My only thought is maybe
like,
he imagined there was a dead guy.
Stay the fuck, yeah. I guess he's a good, but like, stay the fuck away, dude.
What was the guy was just chilling with the rats underneath the blanket?
And then, of course, I wrote in the blog, there's 2 buses I could take. One takes me to like 8 blocks away where I can walk down an avenue and over blocks, or I take the 34, one of them gets you right down on like Wall, and it drops you you take a 10-minute ride and you go right to 28th.
Yeah.
So every day I'm like hoping that the one where me to walk, and even when it's fucking dick cold out, I'd rather not. At the end, I only have to walk. I walk for, like off the corner to here, but it's taking that subway. You're just like waiting to hope nothing fucking gross happens. Somebody walks on naked. Somebody fucking has a chicken. Somebody takes a shit on the thing. This was fucking nuts, man. Of all the subway, and I'm not like some fucking kid from the suburbs or like, I haven't seen shit. We don't take but everybody's got a line. Fucking 400 rats coming out. Why would the guy approach it? And then he stays there and documents it. Why is he not running the fuck away? Crazy.
That's how the bubonic plague gets started. You just.
Why were they under there? What were they doing under? How'd they stay under there? Like what?
I don't know.
I mean, it's unfortunate. He probably was dead. He could have been dead.
Yeah, you don't really see the guy after, but dead or just passed out off the drugs. But I don't know, man. That's.
Well, what are the rats doing under there? Did he have like a big block of fucking food?
It could have been eating him. Like I feel like a rat is not past nibbling at a corpse.
I don't know, dude. Was he alive? Who moves the blanket?
The guy who's filming, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. I don't even. Let's see. Pull that. Who moves the blanket? So we don't see his offhand, right?
No.
No, the guy underneath the
guy
blanket.
underneath moves it. So
he's the Rat King.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. So we know he's not dead, but that's good. But yeah, crazy. I don't know why you would approach that, but nuts. All right, third quarter. Let's fire him up.
All right. Let's see who we got. Let's go Ben from Omaha.
Ben, what do you got?
Hey, Rico. Hey, healthy debate. So I saw Darren Rovell, that scumbag. He tweeted out a tweet today about a Mr. Irrelevant Bowl, which is just the 2 worst teams in college football, playing in a bowl game at the end of the year. My question is, what is your score prediction for Nebraska versus Iowa State for the debut in this bowl game? And do you think it'll get boring seeing both of these teams play in the same bowl game every year?
No, I don't think Nebraska was Mr. Irrelevant. They weren't the worst.
No, they suck. They are the worst team, and they're going to be the worst team for years to come.
Nebraska?
Yeah, they suck. Screw them.
The worst.
Screw the corner.
All right, but not the worst team in the country, though. I think
they are. I think they are.
I don't know, man. I think.
Well, they're up there. I mean, Iowa State might be a little bit worse, but I mean, there's going to be those two.
Yeah, there's non-Power 5 teams worse than them. I think that's pretty safe to say.
No, I don't think there's a team in this. I think the Kenyan team, Billy Keller, the Ugandan team.
You're right.
They could probably beat the Huskies.
Your hatred for Iowa State trumps all, man. You win. No breaking you on that one. But no, I don't think they should play that irrelevant bowl. Guys will get hurt, so whatever. But you got to respect them doubling down.
Serious question, though.
Do
you think teams would even accept that bowl game?
Absolutely not. It's a risk for guys getting hurt. What's you're basically being mocked about it. And it's also typical Revell. Like, oh, there's money to be made, and they can make money from it. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Do you know anything? Shut the fuck up. We just expanded the playoff for teams that want to matter for playoff games. You think we're adding bowl games for teams that didn't qualify? Like, shut the fuck up. The
All
worst.
right,
That
take
guy's
it
the
easy,
worst.
Rico. Also, Iowa women's basketball. I don't know what the spread is, but Hammer Iowa versus Purdue women's basketball. Kaden Clark is the
She's a
GOAT.
beast. Yeah, I think the women's Final Four could be like we had the Blue Blood Final Four, the first one I ever went to a couple years ago, with Villanova and who's a new blood, Kansas, Duke, and North Carolina. We could get that in women's. I hope this year. The 4 storylines. I think it's LSU, Iowa. Who is one?
Like South Carolina, probably.
South Carolina, UConn,
Maybe UConn.
and UConn. Yeah, I think there's somebody else who's probably better, but just give me those 4. Give me all the storylines and all the stars.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rico. Big
No
fan.
problem.
Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
very much. All right, Jesky, give me 2 more on the third.
All right, let's go to Ray in Breezy Point.
Ooh,
Hey, Rico, how you doing, buddy?
good. What's up?
2 things. 1, healthy debate. That guy had a second blanket, and the rats were between blanket A and blanket B for warmth for the motherfucker sleeping under it.
Okay.
Excuse my language. But that's just my hypothesis. What I was actually calling to say was in regards to your talking about Michael Jordan, I just went on a rabbit hole, and one of the dudes is up for – one of the dudes that was convicted of killing Michael Jordan's father is actually being retried because they're saying that the other guy who actually murdered him lied to get out from under the death penalty. And the whole thing was delayed by COVID, but the guy's hearing was in December of 2023, and I can't find anything as to whether or not it happened or what happened during that hearing online. But his the one of the 2 guys, whatever North Carolina Innocence Network.
I don't know.
This guy didn't do anything.
Yeah, I wonder if those guys actually did. I don't know. It's 2 kids just stumble upon them and do it. Seems like they got paid.
It's crazy.
Like, I think they got offered that old internet question of, hey, do 20 years in prison, and at the end of it, we'll give you, I don't know, 30 million. 30 million.
The one guy, one dude who admitted he was involved claimed the other guy who said he was innocent and that he was only called in to help move the body. That guy was never allowed to testify, and that's like kind of the impetus as to why they're allowing this appeal.
Right.
Is because the guy, like the one dude who's being allowed to appeal, his or his sentencing and his being found guilty was based solely on the testimony of his alleged accomplice.
Yeah. It's
so anyway, I didn't know any of this happened, but apparently right before COVID.
Well, there you go. Why is this story not being covered? Why is this not a bigger thing? You know what I mean? I feel like it was all
that's what I'm
very calculated. Like, I think these guys we're told we're never going to find the guys who did it because they're in the mafia or they're bookmakers or they're whatever who did it. So, like, I don't know why they picked 2 kids. Maybe they had drug charges or something. I don't fucking know. But
those
I think
2 kids were already under investigation for a series of armed robberies in the state of North Carolina.
There you go. So it fits the narrative. So that they got him and they say, all right, take the rap for this, or they had him by the balls and maybe they were dumb kids and they convinced them. I don't know, but I don't think those are the 2 guys who killed.
No, that seems pretty universally agreed upon. But yeah, the one kid who claimed to be innocent. Like, they say that he had learning disabilities, that, like, the cops bullied him into.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
the whole thing.
We saw that with the way cops can change things. Very pro-police, but there definitely is. I mean,
I'm from Breezy Point. I'm not allowed to be not pro-police.
What did you say?
I said I'm from Breezy. I can't not be pro-police.
Yeah. Well, you got the dinks down. You got
against the rules. Against the rules in Breezy.
Yeah, you got the dinks down there too. Don't forget about that. But
I need you to be pro cell phone because it sounds like you're talking through a fax sign right now, bro.
That too. That's Breezy, man. That's how it works. But yeah, you saw it in the Duke case. They went after. They fucking manipulated well-to-do white kids. What do they do? What does a guy with a bad background try to do to an underprivileged kid of color? There's some fucked up shit out there. No denying that. So again, if you see what they did to kids of white privilege at Duke, there are definitely things they could do. Now again, I think that's 0.1% of police, for the record, just for fact. But there's also things like that with anything. Like, not everybody who collects the money at a toll booth is a good person. Not everybody who works in media is a good person. Like, across the board. That's just how it is. So don't just think that's one profession. That's where we're at. That's all I'm going to say on that. Every profession has good people. Every profession has bad people. I think somewhere along the line, we all got fucked up that think because you're this or because you look like this or because you do that, people then associate that with good person, bad person. Look at what's within. I know it's very cliche, but like no matter what, the correlation between why you're a good person and a bad person between your religion, race, sexual orientation, this and that means nothing. You're either a good person or a bad person. So figure that out. Same with, occupation. So good call, man. See you at the Sugar Bowl.
Well, I'll see you at the Sugar Bowl, brother.
It's a good bar. Real good bar. Real good bar.
Next one.
Do you know what they call, jet ski, the stores down in Breezy?
No,
The
I've been there once.
the summer stores and the winter stores, because one's open year round. It's very like they got the 2 bars in Breezy. They call it the Bedford Shuffle. You go from I forget the other name. I think it's the Blarney. Somebody's gonna have to educate me on that. See what the chat says. But it's Sugar Bowl, and you walk down Bedford Avenue, you go to the other bar.
That's like the beach town that I go to, Kismet on Fire Island. It has the Kismet in and the Kismet out.
Yeah. Breezy is the cops in Rock, like they have the dinks, like the volunteer police, so they kind of can do whatever they want. Like, and then they have to come in. It's Breezy's an interesting spot.
Volunteer police. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before.
Yeah, it's an interesting. Breezy's an interesting spot.
Are they strapped? Are they carrying?
Nah, I don't think so. Okay. So Breezy's an interesting spot, but a lot of fun, but good time. All right, give me this one. We'll go fourth quarter.
Let's go, Al, Chicago.
Happy Wednesday, debate team. I got a quick one for you, and want to get your guys' input on it. But making a new way to retire professional jersey numbers with the lack of loyalty across all sports, I think it's going to be pretty hard for teams to start putting numbers up in the rafters. Try to make it a way, and this is just quick thinking here, but make it like a fan vote. Every 10 years, you throw 10 guys in the mix and say, all right, here it is. Pick one guy. We're going to throw him in the rafters. One guy that comes to mind, to me being a Chicago guy, is D. Rose. He comes to mind, or Kirk Heinrich. He was almost a career guy here. Still believe he holds career three-pointers made here. Just throwing it around the league, like you have OKC with Harden, Durant, Westbrook. I know they're only there a short stint. They're young, but they kind of got that franchise off the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if you retire their numbers, but I do think we're in a difficult spot the more and more sports goes. Like, what the fuck are the Yankees supposed to do?
What about unretiring? As you retire a new one, you have to unretire an old one. I kind of like that wrinkle.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to a prestige of your number hanging from the rafters, but I think we're gonna be in a tough spot down the road because, like, then what? What are teams supposed to wear? Like, a team like the Cowboys is gonna retire a lot of numbers, and then are they going to go, well, we can't retire a number because we retired too many? Well, how the fuck's that fair? Like a guy like Michael, somebody could blow Michael Irvin out of the water and you don't retire his number. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. It's tough. I think maybe we should have got in front of it way back when and not retired numbers and retired any. But now the toothpaste is out of the tube and just did a ring of honor. Like let the number hang, but guys can wear it. And again, like, you can protect it. Like, unless a guy really, really wants to wear it, you just kind of protect. Like, nobody wears 88 at the Cowboys unless they get special treatment. Nobody wears 31 at the Mets. But, yeah, I think the Yankees, like, that's their goal. Their goal is to retire 1 to 10.
Then what do you
There's
use,
only
like
10
letters
fucking
or something?
There's only 10 fucking numbers each thing. We're gonna knock out. There's only 10 sets. We're gonna knock out a whole set of numbers.
I feel like also, like, Yankees are always going to get guys for big money, but I feel like you probably got to be a little pissed when you're going, not pissed, but like damn, I'm going to get a shitty number. I'm going to be like fucking, I don't know, 91, I don't know. Something that's irrelevant.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I think after a while, like if sports are going to go on for like what, another 400 years, who knows if the aliens take over, I don't know. But like, what are we going to do?
It's never going to end.
Agreed. So like, we're going to run out of numbers. I think we have to reinvent.
Shapes maybe on the back?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I just being from Chicago, I know what we did to Derrick Rose is a shame. Great player. Wish he would come back, but I think he deserves his name up there. And I don't know how big of a puckhead you guys are, but like the dynasty the Hawks had, like all those starters, their numbers up there too. But
a championship changes things. Like if the Knicks won, I think Starks gets his number retired. Oakley would have got his number retired potentially. I know, he was problematic to a degree, but like maybe Mason. Then you look at like all these guys who would have got their numbers retired via one championship,
So in the chat, David Bivens, healthy debate: should the Falcons retire Michael Vick's number?
Probably not.
Why?
But
He's repentant.
Well,
Ray Rice.
I think they should. I think they should because they've never like the Falcons have never been like superhero. Yeah, he's the best player they've had, but you get all that fucking backlash.
I feel like he sat down and did his time. He should be like fine.
Yeah. But again, it's a lot easier to not retire. Like also you're thinking about it, and this is unfair. He's number 7. That's iconic. Like that's a quarterback number, you know? Like so do we want to lock out guys from 7? Like I don't know. I think we the toothpaste is out of the tube, but I think we should go backwards and just do Ring of Honor. Cuz like a guy like John Starks, like he should be in the Knicks Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, and
like David Wright.
importance.
David Wright's number should not be retired. I think will they retire David?
Yeah.
Are they going to retire David Wright's number?
I don't know, but that's another good New York debate, and that one I thought about. But it's to me,
he should be in the Ring of Honor.
What did that person mean to that city? Yep. What did that person mean to that city at that point in time? It's like kind of like the resurgence. Like he was the guy.
Yeah.
Even though the pieces around him weren't great, everyone loved the Mets because of him. And he deserves some recognition, maybe it's not the retirement, but the Ring of Honor. There should be more Ring of Honors.
Agreed. There should be more Ring of Honors. A stadium, everybody should have a museum in the stadium. Tour through it, facts and artifacts and fucking game-worn jerseys and different things, and teach your kids, play a video and iconic moments. You could pull things up, or even fun things like a random moment, like spin the wheel and it shows whatever. Even have fun with it a little bit, like the Luis Castillo drop ball. I don't know. But yeah, we should go backwards from retired numbers to Ring of Honor. It's a great call. Great call. All right, fourth quarter, Dukes. How many you got? 4?
Let's get 4.
4. Nice. Load them up.
I gotta go to the Johnny's game tonight. Did I tell you?
You did.
Relevant
yeah.
St. John's. With that, Gary, Queens.
I don't know what else Gary
Rico,
has
good
left.
afternoon.
Gary, nothing has changed. I love you, Gary, but nothing has changed from yesterday to today. Unless you can nail the exact score.
Yes, it has.
Okay, what changed?
Oh, yes, it has. For healthy debate. I don't care about being ranked in the 25 as long as we're number 4 in the Bosco Big East rankings.
Things have changed.
You're a good
He's
team.
right.
You're a good team. I never denied you can get there.
I'm thanking you.
Yeah.
I'm thanking you.
I never denied you could get there.
It sucks, though, because I was planning on going to the game, but, one of those kids of mine that was shooting Nerf guns yesterday got an ear infection today, so now I'm on my way home. Healthy debate, though. The slate tonight is great. It's a 5 TV night. There's so many games.
Yeah,
I'm happier. I'm watching it from my couch.
Let me take a look. Maybe I guess I didn't assume.
I got a hungry dog parlay for you.
Okay.
Someone already mentioned it. Mississippi State at home against Tennessee. That's a rat. Got to bet Mississippi State. Ole Miss with Beard at home against Florida. Small dog. Take them.
Okay.
NC State over UNC. I just think that it's a game they get up for. UNC's been riding high. They're due for a slip up.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that I want. There's a lot of teams I want to inspect tonight. I want to inspect watch. I want to really lock in on Carolina. I want to really lock in on Mississippi State. I want to really lock in on St. John's and Providence. I really want to inspect these teams in big spots. Mississippi as well.
You guys were ripped Xavier before, but I think why are they only getting 4.5 at home against UConn? That's
Klingen's
another
out.
fishy line. I think you got Xavier.
Yeah.
I agree with you,
and
Gary.
The last thing I was going to add is, go ahead.
Klingen's out, I think. He's been out, so that changes up.
He's been out.
What?
Yeah,
I know,
just
but that
saying
changes,
it changes the
that
style.
Changes, did you watch their Butler game? Butler are like
Butler's the
it
team
took
I want to inspect.
Yeah, UConn looked like a team that their small ball looked good towards the end, but they looked in trouble for a majority of that game.
Well, the Johnnies smoked Xavier, and they played UConn tough, so I think Xavier has a chance.
I agree. I think Xavier's a very good defensive team. I think they're a top. Yeah, I agree. I like the spread. I'm just saying it's 4.5
So
because Klingen's out.
recap the Hungry Dog again. Just give us the 3 teams.
So Mississippi State and Ole Miss, NC State, and Xavier.
Okay,
Those 4
teams. Okay.
I would substitute Ole Miss for
and then the
Vontae.
last.
I like Clemson tonight.
I have Vontae on my radar as well, but I don't have enough eyeballs on him. I haven't seen him enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You gotta pick and choose who you want to watch. You also gotta
the
hope.
line is definitely fishy though.
You gotta hope a game that's on your first radar turns into a blowout like Duke last night, It was like, all right, I'm obviously going to want to watch Duke. Turns into a blowout quick. See you later. And now I'm locked in on the other games I want to watch. Exactly. I had Utah State the whole way, too. So, all right.
I have a last healthy debate for
Sure.
you guys. And Jetski, I really want to hear Jetski's opinion because it's a music one. I was just listening in the gym today. Healthy debate, rank the five original members of G Unit, 1 through 5.
So who is it? It was 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks. Tony Yayo, Young Buck, and who's the fifth?
Mike Jones.
The Game.
Oh, the game. Yeah. Okay. Are we saying, obviously, in terms of, like, as artists?
What was the Game's fucking banger?
Just like who
Hate
has
It
the
or Love
best
It, but 50
catalog,
Cent
yeah.
wrote it.
No, he had another. I thought Game had another
Hate It or Love It's the most famous song he has, but
No,
50
he
wrote
had
it.
another
For me,
No.
All right. Do you want us to do it
The
or
Game
no?
and 50 Cent had one. Yeah, do it.
Okay, so I think it's in terms of rapping ability, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, The Game, Tony Yayo, Young Buck.
West Side Story. Go listen. Put West Side Story in the back of the booth.
It's not even in the top 5.
I know it's not. West Side Story is How We Do. West Side Story is a banger.
Rico, How We Do was we were playing that before basketball games in high school. That was like
Yeah,
if
is
you
that-
went to
are
a
we gonna
school
get
that had How We
canceled?
Do on the warm up music. Oh man.
And Lloyd Banks on fire too. That shit was hard.
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled. How We Do is the one I was thinking of.
Such a Madden song.
West Side Story is a banger though. Sleeper. I don't think it gets. I discovered it later. It's one of the best instrumentals. West Side Story is a banger. Yeah, Game is
Wait,
legit.
Jetski,
So
what
all
was
right,
your
Jetski,
five
give the
again? I
five.
missed-
Give
I
the
missed
five.
it.
My
Yeah.
5 was 50
Yeah.
Cent, Lloyd Banks, The Game, Tony Yayo, Young Buck.
Okay.
Exact same, man. Exact same.
Geniuses.
Have you guys ever heard that song too? It's not by any of these guys, but it's Ayo for Yayo. It's the remix from Scarface.
Nah.
Have you heard that? Fucking another banger. Ayo for Yayo.
Andre
It's-
Nicotina?
Yeah, bro. Banger. All right, Dukes, empty him up. Gary, great call.
Thanks, Gary.
Gary's like
Chris, Michigan.
He's going long, but I was gonna give my question too. Go ahead.
Hey, Rico.
What's up?
I'm gonna need you to focus here. I'm gonna rip through a couple, then I'm gonna go back to listening.
All right.
The Town is a grossly underrated movie.
It is.
Healthy debate.
It's
Monty Te'o, I actually feel bad for the guy after the documentary.
Right. Agreed.
Say, Michigan fans are fucking idiots with this Michigan versus everybody thing. You cheated twice, and you're still going to play the victim card. Kirk Herbstreit off TV. I'm tired of his bias towards Ohio State. And the final healthy debate, Florida State couldn't get in because of their quarterback play, but I watched two fucking guys play a squirt gun fight on national stage. McCarthy threw for 18 times. Healthy debate. I would rather see Florida State go in there with their defense than watch those two fucking idiots have a sword fight.
Yeah,
All right, Rico, take it easy, pal.
All right, I still like Herbstreit. The Town is probably top 20 in the last 20 years for me. 15. The Town was fucking great. I also heard a story that the first cut, I heard this on a podcast. I don't know how true. First cut was like 3.5, 4.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind seeing.
They made it and they kept being like, chop this, chop
Do they
that.
still do
like,
director's cuts anymore?
I
when they
don't
release
know.
movies?
Snyder cut.
Oh yeah.
why don't offer both versions of that. You know what I mean? Or like,
I feel like that's something that went by the wayside with streaming. A little
agreed.
bit.
But yeah, the town's really, really.
Have you ever seen the movie Green Street Hooligans?
I have not.
Yeah.
I just rewatched it last night, and I used to love it. It's about Elijah Wood. He's an American Harvard student. He goes to visit his sister in England, and her husband's brother is like the leader of a firm, which is like basically a gang of football supporters that fight. And Charlie Hunnam, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, is the leader of like the gang. And when I was little, I used to love it, and I rewatched it, and the acting is fucking awesome.
You know who got me into it? Troops. When I used to work with Troops on their streams, I think that somebody brought it up during one
Green
of those
Street
streams.
Hooligans.
Yeah, they're all West Ham supporters.
I watched the documentary. I forget the guy's fucking name. It was the infancy of Netflix. Damn, I wish I fucking remembered the guy's name. But it's about I'm not a soccer guy at all. And it's about him like making cuts and eventually ends up in like the Premier League. I'd have to go look it up.
Bender like Beckham.
No, it's not Bender like Beckham. But then I also
she's the yeah. We're fucking brothers.
Nah, Google. All right, Google this quickly. 2013 Netflix
Jesus,
soccer
dude.
documentary, and let's see what comes up. But I also heard the Beckham thing's really good.
Maradona. Also, I have a
It's a white. It's like a white guy.
Maradona played on.
Did
Coke.
you?
Go.
Did you?
It's a white guy.
Did you use Netflix when you had to get a DVD delivered to your house?
No, I wasn't that old. I wasn't that old.
I have, and they had a thing called GameFly too.
Anything come up with that?
Trainer.
What's that?
I'm just looking at IMDb. This is Netflix in 2022 said 12 soccer films that are worth their weight in goals. So I'm gonna look at maybe I would imagine.
It's about like a white guy.
Oh wow.
I think he's kind of famous.
And
I
it was
don't know.
2013.
That's when I watched it. I know for a fact.
Is it definitely a white guy?
You talking about like Ibrahimovic?
Antonio Gris.
No.
Okay.
No.
Azuri Road to Wembley.
No.
Okay. Back of the net.
No.
This guy definitely white.
No.
Hand of God. This
No.
is about Maradona, I believe.
No.
Holy goalie.
No.
Jesus is in between the
No.
pipes.
Pele.
Not a white
No,
guy.
not a white guy.
Famously not white.
I'm telling you, it was on
Maradona
Netflix.
like the white guy?
We'll find it. And we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. We'll figure
The
it
soccer.
out.
Oh, the soccer football.
Yeah,
movie.
just get this off. This list is pissing me off. But all right, empty the clip here. And,
Ultras? Is it about these guys?
No, it's not. I'd have to find it.
Fit Cincy.
I'll text the guy maybe. You know what? His dog died this week. I'm not gonna bother him.
Go, Rico. You got
What's
me?
up? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't know if you had heard me yet. But first of all, I kind of just want to – it's not really a healthy debate, but I wanted to ask you, I don't think you really want to see Frank win, man. I thought he was about to punch you in the face whenever you were playing that song on Sunday during the stream. Like, this was after he had got up in Jack Mack's face.
Yeah.
And then,
no, but listen, there's a difference between a little showmanship and some poking. All right, well, let's put it this way. Like, I lost a massive survivor pool, and Frank was singing songs and laughing and cackling 5 seconds later.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a little, and again, it's not revenge. It's just you give it and you take it. Like, you give it and you take it. If you, I do think early in his career, there were a lot of people who poked and prodded and like got Frank for the reactions unfairly, like they knew what they were doing. Me and Frank have a lot of very civil conversations. I like talking about sports. I've hung out with him outside of work. So, yeah, I mean, to have a little fun on the stream, that's kind of par for the course. At any point, if Frank was like, hey, that's like disrespectful, I wouldn't do it. But I think he knows that's kind of how it goes. So, 5 seconds of a song. I was rooting for the Dolphins for him. I'm rooting for the Dolphins Saturday, even though I just said I want the Chiefs Dynasty to keep going. But, yeah, me and Frank are tight. I think you've seen that with a lot of dynamic this year. He did the This Is Barstool video for me. We've hung out. Like, I like Frank a lot. I think he's in a great, great spot. He's putting out unbelievable content. I think on the streams he's great because he's, we joke around. Like, he's not dialed into a complete 10 unless his team's playing. Like, on a random Sunday night, he is not, obnoxious and out of control and, like, over the top just for the sake of it.
What was that for Rico when it was like a Sunday night game, right? And his team wasn't involved. And the Devils were on, right? And he's freaking out. And then the next night he comes in, he's just quiet for the first, 15 minutes. Someone's like, Frank, what's going on? Like, you're pretty quiet today. He's like, oh, none of my teams are playing. I can be he's basically like, I can be normal.
Exactly. Yeah. So, that's how it is. So, yeah, I like Frank. But I do want to see him win. I just was poking him and prodding him just a little bit.
I love Frank. I want to see him lose.
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
Me and him are like a little rivalry. He talks shit about the Patriots.
Yes,
I'm like you and two are cooked.
He does.
Dude, and it is so when I'm not even kidding, Rico, when I saw the stat of the Dolphins are 0-9 since 2017 when playing under 40-degree weathers, there was legit
0-9 but 2-7 against the spread. I saw too.
Yeah. Dude,
I didn't know they were 0-9 regular.
Straight up.
God.
So Rico, there were tears coming down my eyes.
Yeah.
He is gonna. The way that he's going to be screaming at Nicky Smokes that, the weather is his fault, the Dolphins' curse is on him, I don't really, because we're in the shit, I don't really watch streams, on my free time. I'm going to be locked into that
Those
shit.
two should each get 3 paintballs to shoot at each other during that stream.
Frank? Dude,
Frank would use, but he would use them in the first 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Nick, yeah, exactly. Nicky would be it's the minute Frank says his game's over, and they rattle off a 30-yard run, Nicky would rightfully so use it. He would spread his out, but
Tua is
I don't know.
cooked
Those two are
Tua's cooked.
Those two are something. So we'll see. But all right, empty him up.
I
gotta find the name of this movie.
We got one that just called in. Do you want him?
Yeah, put him through.
Yeah, put him through.
You're on.
Hey, what's up, Rico?
What's
This
going
is
on?
Andrew in the state of Washington. I was wondering, would you rather be a white dude with a little itty bitty dick, or would you rather be a black dude with a big old hog? Sound off in the comments. Later.
I think this is
Don't answer it.
because it's so it's.
You just don't answer it. But there's one answer.
Pass.
It's a black dude with a big old dog.
Yeah, there's yeah.
Dude, like it's like the Shane Gillis bit. It's like in 8th grade when the first black kid could dunk, and all the white guys were like, oh, okay, shit. I'll set screens for the next 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first one we've ever had to pass on. So, all right, give me the last one.
No, it's done.
2 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah.
2-minute drill.
All right. Okay. If this was early society, would you be more of a hunter or a gatherer?
Never shot a gun. Gatherer.
I don't
Although
know.
the allure. All right, put it this way. I want to be a hunter, but I think we're all sitting there. And it's like, and I'm shooting and I'm missing. After a while, people are like, yo, we gotta eat, bro. Go gather berries. So I think I would want to be a hunter and get quickly assigned to gatherer.
Okay. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
Oh man.
So I guess you have to invent the color kind of.
All right, what about? Do we have this? What if they had a perfect match, and it's kind of hard with the point of a crayon? But what if we had a true tie-dye color?
That's cool.
When you do it, you can it's true tie-dye.
All right. LGBTQ friendly.
Agreed.
What would you do if you could control the weather? Would you make it hot all the time, cold all the time? What would you do?
No, I think I would still like mix up the weather.
Is
like
there a temperature you wouldn't go below or above?
Yeah. Well, no. I think I would still cater it to, like in the fall, I would still have like football weather, but I would never let it get below 50. Put it that way. Or like maybe some days I would put like 40. Oh, there's a little chill in the air, and like put on a sweatshirt, but I would never let people get into 5 feet of snow. So yeah, I would lean towards hot. But I would lean towards Hawaii. 84 and breezy at all times.
All right, here's one that I like. If you were stuck on an island for, 5 years, would you rather spend your time with a traditional mermaid, which is woman up top, fish below, or reverse mermaid, fish up top, woman below? You're there for 5 years. You're going to have some needs that need to be fulfilled. And the woman up top can't necessarily do that completely.
Can't do it completely, but can definitely hit a lot of triples.
You can hit triples. Also, the
at
fish
a
up top
certain
was not going to
point,
complain to you.
You're making out with a fish.
You don't got to kiss. Who said you got to kiss her?
You got to look.
And this is like Beyonce bottom.
I think I might just stick with the fish on the bottom. Traditional mermaid.
Traditional mermaid, okay.
Wow.
It's a tough one, right? But after a while, she's going to stop.
Agreed.
And just be
He's
yapping
still
at you.
yapping. That's a great way to end it. All right, that's a good one from Jetski. Healthy debate. Like and subscribe. Go ahead, Dukes. What do you got? Super chat?
Oh, no, I was going to say in peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, yeah, I'll fuck the fish too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, great show. See you tomorrow.